Welcome to another episode of Love Notes.
All nurses to nurses station.
This is Taquita Love, a nurse and a comedian.
You think you could bring your brother the clear machine home? You know, the reviver.
And I'm talking to my funny friends about medical mishaps.
Clear!
You are listening to Love Notes.
What's up? It's Taquita Love, and you're watching Love Notes. I'm here with my guest, very talented, very funny, very beautiful, and she could sing, Dale Harrison.
Thank you so much.
Hey.
What's going to
Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me on your fancy, fantastic podcast. Taquita got it set up in here, y'all.
Trying to get it.
Getting it.
Trying to get it. Thank you.
Getting it.
So, Dale, you look good.
Thank you so
Like
much.
your earrings.
You too.
Oh, you got... She has an earring line.
These are not ones I made though, guys.
Oh,
that earring line was erected and defunct all in within 6 months.
You know, you could just, revamp and relaunch.
Girl, I can't do another ting. You hear me? Not
Ting.
another ting.
You Jamaican?
No, I'm not.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
from New Orleans, but
Okay.
we the same. We are the West Indies of America. In New Orleans, that's what I try to tell everybody.
I feel like we all, I feel like we just be hustling and grinding just all day, every day, nonstop.
Yeah.
And, I think that's why we became cool. It was just like, she grinding. Okay, hey, okay, I see she's serious.
Something like that, guys. Kind of serious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Words. I just started like writing these words. And you know what I had written before? I want to ride your big black horse, like you ride the white horse.
Uh-huh.
And then I was like, no, that's not what I'm feeling, And that's what made me be like, boom, boom. Because at the time, I didn't have it about no man.
Uh-huh.
But, the beat, like, as a singer, you'd be like, what? I will just, give me the microphone. I will ride that. It becomes like sexual for you.
It made me just like, it makes you replace whatever you want to ride.
Yeah.
Low key. It's just like, like, and then it's just fun and energetic. And it just make you
so
just like,
fun.
we'll drop some of it.
Yeah.
But I know you're a comedian.
Yeah.
You've been a comedian why don't you tell me your journey?
Yes. My journey, God, it goes so far back. Because, my grandma and my mama, they always had me in something or another growing up. And I used to picture myself like being like, I want to write for, I was always thinking I wanted to write for some more. I used to see the Queens of Comedy. I'm like, I want to just write. But it was really not having the balls to like do it yourself, And then I started working at this strip club. Okay.
Where at?
In DC.
Okay.
And all the girls there, girl, let me tell you something, girl. Who you talk about the material? You know what I'm saying? Now, this is before I was a comic, but, when you make friends with people, and that's what I had in those girls that worked there, like, we was just sisters immediately. You in this, like, dump of a place. Girl, I used to be ripping on, like... all the customers, what? Don't come up in there with no flaws. I would have the girls coming from the back, girl. As soon as they would see a nigga, they would bust out laughing like they couldn't even dance because I had already warned
Ripped
them.
them out, yeah.
So,
because you a dope host, so
thank you so much.
That was them hosting skills. You're like, okay, I see everything in the room, and I'm gonna let you know.
And I'm gonna let you know
that brother ain't got no teeth. Do not
it.
make him smile,
that's
candy.
It. And that grease stain on his shirt is disgusting. Don't touch it. Shake his left hand. The right one was a little sticky. So, and those girls was like, yo, we got to get you on stage, yo. They was adamant about that. They was, cause to be a stripper, like you ain't got no too much stage fright. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you going up
anything.
there, you but nigga. So anyway, girl, they was like, nah. And then there was this one girl, Tony Hunter. God, that is my sister. I'm so glad I met this girl because that changed the course of my journey. She was an actress. She is an actress. And she was...
Wait, so did they get you on stage as a stripper or...
I was already a stripper on stage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like
I missed
was
that part.
working there.
You said you worked there, but
Yes.
the way you said it made it seem
Yeah,
like you was
because
at
you
the
know
door
I
or
be trying to
something.
like class it up in Hollywood just so they could miss that part
So
and be
that's-
like, all right, let's move on to the next.
You just okay,
exciting part.
I was thinking, I'm like, okay, she's still,
You know,
like,
so
so did you
be
get on?
focusing on that shit? Like, okay, like I don't want to tell the strip club another time. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But yeah, no, I was one of the dancers, and this one girl, Tony, used to be coming up in there, girl. And I'm talking about the confidence, like, you know, that I'm talking about the Lord will catch you wherever you are, because she used to be having all these, like, she's also a dancer, like a professional dancer. So she used to be having these like Super Bowl roles and commercials. She a book. And when I tell you, when this bitch had a routine, she would rehearse. She would go right up in that strip club and rehearse that shit butt naked and not give a fuck about tips. And I'm talking about everybody else is like, you know, doing the I wanna rock. She would be like, and 1, 2, 3, and 4.
She was choreographing her stripping.
Girl, I'm talking about practicing for the Super Bowl, bitch, right on the strip club. Girl, I was like, I was looking at her. I was like, I want that confidence. Like, she just exuded so much confidence, and that is like the person I call to this day. Like, whenever I'm feeling like low or like insecure, like she be like, Mama, you gotta all right, Mama, you know that's human, you gotta. I'm talking about, she is like the Lord sent her to me. And from that point on, she was like, you got to get on stage. And just her calling to check on me, and then my best friends was like, fuck it, we throwing a party for y'all. We gon', you know, they threw a party in my best friend's house, and I was doing so good. And then some dude that I don't know was from where, nobody know who invited him, girl. He heckled me so bad, girl. Oh my God. And I lost in front of all of my friends. And I was like, put him the fuck out. I was so mad. And they was like, every last one of my friends at the exact same time, they was like, you say you moving up to New York, this about to go down up there, shut this nigga down. And I could not shut him down. And girl, when I went up to New York, anybody say anything, girl, they was right.
On
It was
mode.
that nigga again. I was like, what? Don't you dare try to.
So every heckler you ever see is
Girl,
that nigga.
it's him. That's it.
But you do look, I've been on shows with you, and I'm like, Dale ain't nothing to mess with. They'll get in and tell you like it is. We was at one show, and you was like, y'all ain't even paying me for this show. You got me acting. I was like,
And you know what? I was gonna be like, when I first sat down, I was gonna be like, haven't seen juices. I had to tell a bitch to Venmo me $12.
like you go. But you know what? Whatever confidence that was, you got it, because you don't let
Thanks
nobody.
so much, because a bitch rushed me over here when I could have took the 35-cent bus. You know what I'm saying? And then only to get over there and her to be like, oh, we're just waiting. No. And the whole time I'm coming over there, I'm like, is that going to be all right? You know, I'm all fucking humble. Like, you know, I just don't want to hold the show up. Oh, I've got to start by 8:27. And that's the final. You know, I need to give you instructions. That's why I needed you here at 8:10, because I need to give you instructions. So I'm like, you know,
I think
now
that would be like, you know, someone newer that would, you know.
yeah.
So
yeah, someone knew her. But that's why I had to curse a new bitch out that night from the stage. Bitch, don't you ever. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, shut it down. I hope I don't piss you off ever.
Hold on. Let me finish telling your audience so they would know. Once I did all that, I'm in an Uber. Now, mind you, all I got is $12, but I'm like, fuck it. I just want to keep my word. I'm going to be there for the show. I get in an Uber, and when I could have took the 35-cent bus, that would have only got me there 5 minutes after the time I got there. Okay, the 35-cent bus versus $12. And that's $12 all you got. So then when I get there, she was like, oh, so-and-so is running a little behind, and I just want to let him park and relax. So we're just going to start. Oh, bitch, now you ready to suck these niggas' dick. The hardest working bitch is coming to host. You waiting the whole showdown for these other niggas that's in here. You know what I'm saying? And then you not compensating for me my shit after you threatening me on a bus. You do, you know. Yeah. So anyway, so y'all see what?
Yeah. Well, I heard it from you know, from in the green room. I was like, Dale, you went up to host, and you was like, hold on one second, before I host, let me just set the energy right in here real quick. So don't nobody get it twisted. I was in the back, and I ain't gonna even lie. I prayed for the girl. I said, I hope that she don't be discouraged, because Dale, and you just gave it. I was like, Dale, did we hug after? I was like, she need a hug.
Y'all listen, when I walked in, Taquita is really a nurse too. I walked in, she was like, Dale, is everything all right? Did you want to pray about this? You know what I'm saying? Like, that is the real nurse in her to be like, did you want to come? Dale, your levels look high.
I saw it all over your face.
You right. My blood
Yeah.
pressure was 10,000 over 622.
Yeah.
Because a bitch was
6,000. Oh.
Yes, over 622.
But you made it and you killed it.
I made
like,
it, and that was so fun.
It was
that
fun.
night.
After you set the tone and got everybody right, she came in and was like, ain't nobody, excuse me, move this, excuse me. That's not my angle.
Get y'all asses up and get it here. So anyway, but
that's-
sometimes you got to do the audience like that because see, the audience wants to go into their shell.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If it's nobody in the room, but what they don't understand is comedy is intimate, and this is the whole reason why even in prayer you have shoulder to shoulder to shoulder so that you can keep the energy connected and nothing gets loose. And that's why I demand that the audience comes up front because. Even if it's 10 people, I mean, I've done the audience for 2 people that I'm talking about, and it was one of the most fun shows ever because I was at their table. Girl, we was singing songs and talking about niggas and all type of girl. It was people's phone was ringing. I was helping them do their problem. I mean, people like that comedy club was like, we're open. So even though it's a blizzard outside, still do your 45. So, and I was like, no problem at all. I would just talk to these 2 people.
And that was in New York?
That was in DC.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's dope. Like the way that you work, and I see you be like, you always coming from somewhere on your way somewhere. And you threw me, you be throwing me bones, sending me stuff like, could submit for this, make sure you do that. And I appreciate that. Like as
and
sisters
I always
in comedy.
appreciate you too, because every time when I first met you, as soon as you was like, oh, talk to this booker about getting on here, because we got to do. Taquita gave me the long motherly look, with staring in my eyes, like, now we got to do that for each other. And there was nothing but the Lord coming through you, like, listen here, this is setting the tone, right? And seriously, that has really stuck with me the entire way, because that was like one of my first impressions of being here. And I tell everybody to this day, I be like, I feel like, when people be like, LA is cutthroat, I be like, I don't feel like that at all. I feel like I run into all these resources everywhere. And this started from that one thing because it just let me know, oh, okay, I always share information, but it really just jump started me with getting in the mix, like, oh, so-and-so, because it was just that freedom of take this information, girl, and run with it.
Yeah, and you did that.
Yeah.
That's some people, they ask you to hold their hand and be like, well, so the audition is on what day?
Yeah.
Or look on the website. It's like you learn how to be a go-getter, and you learn how to be like, I ain't waiting for nobody. I'm not finna, I can do it myself.
Yeah. I tell everyone this town is varsity,
Yeah.
Every other town you might live in is probably JV, but this town right here.
Yeah. Because everybody out here for a purpose.
Yes. Even the funeral director, guys, wants to be a sound producer, engineer.
Yeah. They're like, we burying Mabel at 6, but at 8 o'clock, I
I'm
got to be on
DJing
set.
the remix to her repass.
Girl. What else? Is anything going on with you right now besides, I know that you were on Laugh Tracks.
Yes.
So.
On Laugh Tracks, Let's Talk Hair, this daytime talk show that I got cast to host when I first came out here. That just got on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
And, so much good stuff, going on. I just did this film yesterday, girl. I'm talking about you really be having to pray your way off of these. I just want to, y'all, can Lee Daniels, when you put me on Empire, can I have a funny role, please? Dramatic, just be getting on my nerves, all the shit you got to conjure up. Girl, so anyway,
But they say if you can do comedy, you definitely can do drama.
Yeah, because it comes from this
dark
pain.
place.
Yes. Yeah. And in that dark place, as an actor, when you start switching over the experience to the dark place in acting, you actually have to, relive that to feel like that. So, yesterday was so tough because I was playing this, woman, and oh, girl, just the
and
tragedy.
You gotta go on and dig deep.
Girl, dig so deep, and you gotta dig deep immediately. And what pissed me off so much about the digging deep part is you be on camera, and you finally get yourself. I mean, not finally get yourself, because you gotta get yourself right to that place. So you get yourself I start in the morning, get myself there. I start thinking about it at night, and it just be oh, it overtakes me. So by the time I get to the set, I'm just ready to go in. I'm already in the mode. The things are happening in my mind. I'm replaying it over and over. And then you be like, hold on those tears. We got to switch the light over here. Guys, hold fast on that emotion.
Yeah.
Just hold that. Tam, can you move over? All right. I like how you were crying before. If you could just re-snotch yourself.
You like, look, it took me 4 hours to get to that place. I've been thinking about this stuff on my way. Like,
and you got to get back. Like, girl, do you understand? I had to have like snot coming out of my nose, like repeat, like it was like 8 takes, girl. That's why they, that's why they be like, can you cry? Can you do? They want to see that shit in self tape because. They want to know you can like get there because girl, I was so frustrated. Like
what's the name of this film you doing?
It was called Fear. It's a short film called Fear, and it's about how as I play this African mother who loses her son to police brutality, but there is an extreme twist on the fate of the officer. So it's a really, I mean, they're gonna get it in Sundance. They're gonna get it in some huge festival and get it made because it looks so good. It was shot so like professionally, but I'm like, and it was a short film. But girl, I think, just having to cry. And then I think, it was so frustrating, like having to hold the cry. That I think one of the times I'm crying was about how long the lighting was taking.
I'm just crying because I'm ready to get out of here. I'm done. I understand that. Me working as a nurse, I work in the healthcare field. Working as a nurse, it be times I've been there 16 hours and then somebody don't show up, but the patient needs you. And I got to stay over and do all the stuff. And I've had many cries, many are like going to the bathroom and not want to come out. I'm like, you know what, I'm done.
You just brought me to a real cry that I, could have over and over again because I wish every healthcare professional, was taking the attitude of like, I mean, so many, like, because I'm from a family of nurses. I told you that before. My aunt is a nurse. My aunt actually moved out here as a travel nurse to help me to get on my feet when I moved to LA.
That's
and then
good.
she took another assignment like after a couple of years.
I was a travel nurse too.
Yes. So
6 years.
did you meet my aunt Gwen when she was out here?
Mm-mm.
So anyway, my aunt Gwen, like, I'm talking about, I'm gonna write it up, but my aunt Jackie and my cousin and, my mom is a respiratory therapist who is now like, clinician. And then now she's the dean at this university. But girl, when I lost my baby, it brought up this memory when you saying you was tired and you had to go home. And this doctor, I've chose this lady because I'm like, oh, young black doctor, I just want to like connect with the blacks, I'm thinking like that as opposed to choosing the Spanish bitch that birthed babies 100 miles an hour, you know what I'm saying, that would know how to be there. But I'm choosing a black lady. So I was losing the baby and I showed up at the hospital and the doctor was actually there on duty. And she comes into the room and, I'm in a state of hysteria because I'm almost 6 months. So, I've been looking forward to having this baby. And girl, she brings this other white lady in the room. She's like, this is my charge, something or whatever. And, I just been here all night long and I really just got to get out of here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm losing the child at the time. You know what I'm saying? So, double fuck this bitch, And then when after I lost the baby, they put me into some like therapy because you really need that for, the tragic event. And the bitch comes into therapy like a week later. She's not coming in to see me. She comes in to see the therapist for something else. And she was like, oh, she saw me in there. She was like, oh my God, Del, Lord, I've been meaning to call you. I just been so busy.
Yeah,
like, and this is your like your client that you see every week, like that's lost her baby. Like, first of all, I've been, you already know what you referred me to the therapist because you was like, oh, you got some issues, I feel like you need to work through, or maybe it wasn't even her, maybe it was just like other nurse that referred me to a therapist. But I'm talking about the bedside manner is missing from this bitch. Girl. You know what I'm saying? Girl. And even when they was taking my blood work one time, girl, she came in her heels. She was like, y'all ain't ready to get out of here. Y'all still doing this blood? I'm talking about. All this bitch needed was a disco ball. She just went to school to say she's a doctor. She really tried to be no doctor.
I'm sorry you experienced
Girl,
that.
me
I'm
too.
so sorry.
Thank you so much.
The thing is, though, like, I think so. My background is like I work with kids with cancer, and I lost my grandmother to cancer.
Yeah.
So so I had a different, perspective because
Yeah.
I'm thinking about people like how we were while we was waiting for my grandmother
Yeah.
to,
Yeah.
die or go through the treatment.
Yeah.
And so it's just like it'd be like I remember I broke up with my boyfriend before going to work, and I had to but that didn't matter because somebody just got diagnosed, somebody
Yes.
getting chemo,
Oh
somebody
my
needs to go,
God.
and it's just like you learn how to make it be about them because
my God.
ain't I feel like the stuff they going through, my stuff gonna have to wait until
Yes.
I'm done.
Yes.
And then
Lord,
it'd be
Lord.
like if I'm in the situation, I don't want nobody coming into I'm busy. No, this is my
Yes.
life.
This, this is, first of all, I didn't even think I could get pregnant. Okay.
Yeah.
And then because I had had an abortion when I was like 17 years prior to then, and I just had kept that guilt so long. And then one day I was just like, listen to my word, or probably went to church service, and I was like, I'm just letting this go for good. I'm just like, the weight just felt so lifted off of me, And 3 months later, I was pregnant. After I was like, I let it go. I just denounced this. I just, I'm just, so sorry. And I'm so glad that I didn't have a baby because let me just tell you, I would have been in jail. I have no motherly instincts. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been an only child and I've been like very like jealous like all my life. Like anything else get attention, I'd be like, what? I hate that thing, whatever it is. So I just didn't feel, I felt like that it wouldn't have developed like the motherly, like me losing a child, it made me like so motherly, so patient. Like I was so afraid of the child to come because I was just like, I didn't have my family in New York and me and my ex-husband was going through problems. So I'm like, I don't even have no support here. I don't know what. But, when I had to deliver the baby and I knew once I held her, because, she was formed and, oh my God, I could really like see her look. And I just knew everything was going to be fine. Like once I was holding her, I knew it would have been fine. So I just really needed that, feel like I needed that experience so that I could be a great mother if that's what the Lord has, in my plans. Like, but I'm not sure if I want, I want to push a baby out, but then I don't know what's going to happen when he get here because I want to get back on stage.
You'll be whatever happened. The way you move, you know how to adapt and adjust to everything. The way you be like, but you
so much.
you do have. Are you a dog mom, right? Wait,
God,
something
is
happened?
this? Yes, Lord.
Oh man,
This, you really take some sacrifices in this town.
What happened? Oh,
Some
heck.
miraculous, crazy thing happened of both of my dogs. I went to the store one day, and my dog is very afraid of fireworks. My white dog Jackie, she's very afraid of fireworks, and so she probably heard some fireworks when I always tie them up when I go to the grocery store because they like sitting outside, kicking a breeze and whatever, and probably heard some fireworks, ran inside this other store, the dollar store that was like a few doors down. They called security. Security comes to get the dog, and he said he was holding her, but she's afraid, and he was like, he put her down because he thought she was going to bite him because she do be like afraid,
No.
but he put her on the street. He wasn't like, is it anybody's dog? But he probably was going to be like, is this anyone's dog if he didn't think the dog was going to bite, bite him. So he put her down on the street, and I went looking for her. I grabbed the other dog and went in looking for her. And, people said they saw her, and I was walking for 5 hours, and I put the other dog up, and then I went walk some more. And then I was like, all right, I'm coming home, and I'm going to just go at 5:30 in the morning to go around this area where they said they had seen her. And I got up and I just left the other dog there, in the crate, because they sleep outside out back in the crate. And I had remember sitting with him the night before. And then when I never even found the other dog, but when I got home, the other dog that I left there was dead.
No.
I'm talking about,
Dale?
yes, some crazy, miraculous, both dogs gone one day. And I'm talking about, how much I love those dogs so much. And I'm
Yeah,
just
I've seen
like, Lord,
pictures
what
of
is going on? And of course, as it happens, thank the Lord so much for the experience, because see that movie yesterday when I had to come and find my son dead on the ground, see that me finding a dog just recently dead on the ground right there. And, the emotion that I felt from that, I could transfer immediately because that event just happened. And
Okay.
I feel like, the only way for me to explain it is for the Lord, for me being like, the Lord is like, listen, I'm closing this chapter because, girl, I haven't been like home like since, because I was only going to that house like so often. I live with my family. I was going there so often because I just wanted to like see about the dogs, but then they live so far up, and then I got to come back. Then, this. So I feel like, I had decided early on that I wanted this dog would live shorter. The doctor told me to cut his balls off, and I'm like, what would you think if this dog could talk? You think he would want to live longer without his balls, or live a short life, a short ball for life? Which one you think he want to choose? You know what I'm saying?
Don't nobody want to lose their balls.
I'm like, no, he gonna be in heaven with his balls. He gonna enjoy his shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
He gonna be one of the
somebody
other-
want to lick his balls. Y'all just gonna take that shit. Why? Who even thought of this idea? You know what I'm saying? That is nothing but the devil. That it would even take a dog's ball. Like, that's what you want to do. You just castrate niggas around here.
So your dog is the only dog in dog heaven with balls right now.
My dog is one of 8 million, because only in America are they like, girl, when you run into foreigners with their dogs, all their dogs got the biggest balls ever. Like, and you run into men with dogs, men very rarely
men don't.
cut.
They be like, don't do that. Don't do that.
They know the feeling. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're going to just cut off the shit that's got me charged, nigga. This is how I'm going to defend the house with these balls. You know what I'm saying? You going to calm me down in the yard. Now all the robbers getting in and shit. 'Cause,
That's
nigga,
what you take the balls.
I'm
You take
the girl
them.
now.
Well, I got my dog neuter, and he, like,
What
he
kind of
be a
dog?
little terrier mix.
You know what?
But so it's
It's
not
not you.
us.
It's those demonic veterinarians that influenced you to do that.
Okay, you're right.
Because that's what they sell you. They sell, girl, man.
They make you, but my dog, because they say, like, so they don't reproduce.
What's wrong with reproduction? My dog had his balls all the time, and he wasn't even fucking bitches. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So you say.
Well,
Probably-
I wanted him to. I was like, Rudy, look at this girl, and she younger.
Like,
Go
on
over
then.
there.
Do that.
I was trying to like straight hook him up with the hot chicks. You know what I'm saying? I'll be meeting other girl dogs with big butts. I'll be like, get on her, Rudy. Get on. Girl. So anyway, after I had gotten over that, it let me already think back to the decision I had made. So I'm like, fuck it. I love giving the dog the best life possible, even if it's gonna be shorter. You know what I'm saying? Them dogs travel all over the country with me.
Yeah.
I had them dogs. I'm talking about them dogs have been to at least 10 to 15 states with me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm, happy to have had the experience, but, accept it and accept the new chapter, in my life, because the new chapter is great.
I hope that role, whatever it is, I hope it, brings something
Thank you
to
so much. And I really feel that it will, because they had actually, now girl, let me tell you how the Lord works. When I sent this,
Dale, girl, let me tell you how the Lord. This
Let me
is
tell you
Dale. Let me
something.
tell you how the Lord
let
works.
me tell you how the Lord works. After I curse a bitch off about my motherfucking $12, bitch. Anyway.
Oh
let me
my
tell you how the
God.
Lord- this is how the Lord worked. I auditioned for this role. I sent it the self-tape, okay? And I was like, I got it. I was looking at the self-tape. I was like, I got this role, And they was like, we really love your energy, but it's out of you and this other girl, whatever, so we're going to wait for the get to. And I never heard back from them, but I was like, damn, I wonder what happened to this role. Girl, I get to New York this last time I went to New York, and they hit me and was like, yo, the actress that we hired, we're so sorry that we enjoyed your tape the most, and she just didn't give it all the energy, that we wanted. And we went back to look at your tape, and we was like, damn, we just should have went with our first instincts, because they hit me back immediately. It was like, we loved it. But they was like, they was trying to be authentic and go with like somebody actually Nigerian. I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? But I'm giving up the Nigerian accent, and then they was like, they don't even know if she was Nigerian now, because her accent was like bad, and you know what I'm saying? I'm like,
How you gonna be from there and not have the right?
Yes. Guys, when you need an African, I am here. Okay, I am from Nigeria. Nigerians do not be like Nigeria. We be like Nigeria. They be like, I am from Nigeria.
I feel like they be so busy doing so much stuff that they don't have the time to pronounce the rest of it.
Busy sending out them emails for your bank account information.
My sister.
My uncle Sally Dawson, she's a Wanda 10, has left you with $250 million. All I need is your simple routing number for you to get 10% of this.
Girl, they be scamming. Oh, and if you broke, if you in a broke place, you might think about it.
Girl,
I didn't look at some of them
that
letters.
Nigerians be scamming. My cousin got a check from there was had some commercial like Cheerios on it. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody said, and I got one of them too. Oh, we want to hire you for a modeling contract, but we need to send you the payment directly. Have you can put it in your account,
And you cash it,
you
and
gonna
then
cash it, and then you gonna pay the people that's there. What? Now I'm the line producer too.
No, I've been approached at the ATM, like some lady looking nice and homely, sister, can you cash it? Put this in there and keep something for yourself. You think about it, you be like, you know what? I normally when it's too good to be true, I call my mama and she be like, no.
When it's too good to be true, it is. When it comes to cashing your checks,
And I feel like ain't nothing free. It's gonna cost something.
It's gonna cost, and it might cost a lot of something, like some jail time. Cashing checks, that is.
Yeah, people
That's
be
not yours.
scamming. A family remedy. Just give me like a family remedy that you do.
A family remedy that I do, so many, because that is my family's trait.
What's
my
like one of the top two?
Top two is, you know what? For acid reflux, I put a little baking soda in some water and I drink it.
Okay.
And it
That's
removes
Tums.
that. Yeah. So, and I also suggest when you're out and you don't have baking soda, a seltzer, just with the seltzer water and not like a ginger ale, because the sugar somehow sticks on, but that seltzer eats that, you eat a pizza and you get acid reflux, and that seltzer water takes that completely away, that tomato sauce on your vocal cords. Yeah.
Whenever I'm the oldest of four, so it was whenever somebody got an ear infection, they would go to the doctor and they get the pink antibiotic, the liquid. And my mother would never let whoever had it take the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because whenever something else happened to us, she would give us that. So,
Yeah.
But that was our thing in the house. It was just just drink some of that ampicillin.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I got some dog. I want to say it's Clovamax or something like that. But basically penicillin, it's penicillin for us and for dogs.
For the dogs?
Yep. And they had given it to my dog that died, Rudy, because he had an infection on the leg. And I did the same thing. I'm like, what? I'm keeping this in case I need it myself.
That's
out
how
here.
you do that. But you sure you want to take the medicine for the dog? Yeah.
Well, I mean, now that I don't have dogs, I'm just saving it, so I can just penicillin everyone else's dogs whenever they're like, what, did that dog get hit by a car? I have some penicillin at home.
Oh my goodness, Dale. I don't know if I was going to say you can always take blue, but I don't know.
No, I don't want any more dogs right now, because I really have been enjoying traveling and not having to, when you travel with dogs, it's a certain level of stress. People are very outspoken when it comes to dogs. They'll be like, what, I know that dog ain't it. You know what I'm saying? People love to reprimand you and your dog because they see dog owners as weak. You know what I'm saying? Until I come along with the comeback on your ass. You know what I'm saying? Because people
what's the comeback?
The comeback, let me just say this too, is Black people love to just specialize in making you pick up your dog shit. Okay. Then I go in your house and it smell like 4 horses been shitting in your bedroom, nigga. Don't you dare fucking talk to me about my dogs with your nasty, dirty ass stove. This motherfucking kitchen ain't been clean since your grandma left your mom in this house, nigga, and they both dead. So don't you dare fuck with me about that shit, okay?
Thanks
so much.
Do we need a moment of prayers? I feel like Dale
Here's
just
Nurse Taquita back on the scene. Do you understand what I'm talking about? It's her calling, y'all. It is her calling.
I feel like this is an APB out on everybody that done did Dale wrong.
Guys.
You know what? The strip. Who was
We about to start calling. This is Nurse Taquita, but this is Dr. Feel Good Love out here. She will get you back. And guess what? When I have an outburst like that, I actually get myself back.
Damn, you a fool. You know that, you a fool. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for having me. This was so fun.